Good morning, weirdos. Look at this shit show that is my life now. This is my personal vehicle, the Scion. Like, the remnants of my life are stuffed in this car, just thrown everywhere because the babe bus is gone and it is just a mess. I am getting ready to drive 4 hours to East Jesus, North Carolina, then turn around and come back home to Wilmington because I'm pretty sure that I have found the one. The future babe bus, but it's going to be called something different. I'm not going to tell you what. I'm also not going to tell you what I'm going to buy, or I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy, because I have learned that van people and RV people are like ultra cultish about their rigs. I can't even begin to tell you how many people have taken time out of their not so busy lives to send me an email or in private message that if I don't get a certain kind of van, or if I don't do this, or if I do this, that they're not going to watch anymore. And I'm like, do you think you could just go now? Like, save us all some time and just go now? I know what the problems I had to solve, with the babe bus, and I put a lot of time and thought and energy into this. And I also know that this is not the end, that I'm probably going to learn from this and then do another one based on this. And so it's not that I'm just like willy-nilly buying giant vehicles to live in. So I'm going to not say anything until the paperwork is signed and I'm driving it home. So there. Okay. So we've got two things to talk about. Number one is a travel opportunity, not just for me, but for y'all, to Italy, that is special to this channel. It's a cool thing. But before we do that, we have a Roman rant that I know you sickos all love. Every time I open up EvilBook lately, Facebook, I see all these social justice thumb warriors who are bitching and moaning from the comfort of their recliner with their angry thumbs, that they refuse to use the self-checkout at Walmart. Refuse! Because they don't work for Walmart, and because it's going to cost Walmart jobs, and they care so much about those employees, and they don't want the employees to lose their jobs, so they refuse. That they will go stand in line for however long it takes over there with the cashier, and they will not use self-checkout. Really? Okay, so are you the same people that when ATMs and online banking came out, you said no, I will not use an ATM? I will not use the ultra convenient online banking because I do not want bank tellers to lose their jobs. You just tore that ATM card up. You never use it. You care about your bank teller. Bullshit! Are you the same people who, when cell phones and fast telephone service and anything above a landline, when all that came out, you put that phone down? You did not buy a wireless phone. You never bought a cell phone because you said, I want the telephone operator when I push 0. I want to be able to call, collect, and charge that other son of a bitch for the call. Bullshit! Are you the same people who, when you really need to get in touch with someone fast, you say, nuh-uh, I want my post office in town to stay fully staffed, so I am not going to send this email. Where is my ink and quill and parchment paper? I'm going to write a letter. I'm going to walk it to the post office, put a stamp on it, and keep that postmaster employed. Bullshit! Y'all are so full of it. What is the difference between those jobs? I mean, there is not a single industry that has not been affected by technology. Mine has. Good God Almighty, they've replaced photographers and floor camera operators in news and broadcast with computers and robots that can do it for you. The only reason they still needed reporters around was because we have boobs that we can push up and say things dramatically on the camera. Otherwise, we'd be replaced too. The second they can find a robot with boobs and big lips, yeah, we're gone. Every industry has been affected by technology. The second that technology can replace a human, all industries are doing this. So what is the difference that all those you were totally okay with people being replaced by tech, but when there's self-checkout at Walmart, you suddenly are bleeding hearts for Walmart employees? I'll tell you what the difference is. The difference is those other changes made your life easier. So you were totally okay with the human capital cost and lost jobs in all those scenarios. With the self-checkout line, you have to do some work. And that's what you don't like. You don't give a shit about those employees. I watched you for years because we all know I'm a Walmart girl. You stand there and tap on your phone or look off into space. You don't ever talk to the cashier. Tell me how many first names of Walmart employees you actually knew before this big moment where you saw the light and decided that you cared about them so much. And while they were doing 8 things trying to ring you up and like help you with all your bullshit and then like bag it, you just stood there and never touched a damn thing. And now you have to do some work yourself. So all that other stuff you were okay with, but Christ almighty, we ask you to ring up your own bananas, and that is where you draw the line. The costing jobs things, you got to do your research when you're a former paparazzi. So I found an informant. That's right. I found an informant deep inside the realms of Walmart, and I said, hey, is that the deal? Are they cutting back on employees to do this? And it's a gender neutral informant, said, it doesn't cost jobs. Those people are moved to other areas of the store. It's more efficient. One person can watch 8 separate checkouts instead of 8 cashiers doing 1. Walmart is all about controlling costs and bringing efficiency to pass the savings on to the customer. It seems like we're always looking for associates, so there's lots of room for internal movement and promotion. The CEO started unloading trucks and climbed the ladder. They'll pay for your GED if you need it. There's a college tuition program, and they'll also pay for that. You get insurance and benefits. It's the largest private employer in the world. So that's the difference. That person who once had to deal with you is back there living their best life, doing that new, like, deliver it to your house, deliver it to your door, they're stocking stuff, they're doing other things. They don't have to deal with you anymore. And you don't like that. I see you, Karen. You're up there taking forever with your expired coupons, and you need to call a manager because you think that even though they're not good anymore, you're still entitled to use them. You want someone to bag your own shit. Karen? The code for bananas is 4011. Punch it in, move your shit, and get out the store. Because I have got tater tots that are thawing, and I need to get going. Speed it up. Let's go. Okay, Roman rant over. Enough of that. I know y'all don't care about those employees. They're still employed. They probably have better benefits than you do. And it's not a big deal to bag your own stuff. Okay? Okay. All right, let's talk about travel. And then I'm going to die of heat exhaustion if I don't turn on the air conditioning in this car. Where are my notes? All right, so one of my Patreon peeps, David, who is a totally awesome dude. David is in Texas. A couple years ago, him and his wife, they really enjoyed traveling to the Mediterranean, specifically Italy. And they were finding these beautiful villas that they wanted to rent, but they couldn't because you have to rent out the whole villa, and it was just the 2 of them. So they started calling their friends, and they were like, hey, if we get this villa, like, do y'all want to get in on the deal? And we'll, I mean villa, like, not some little shack villa. These are luxury accommodations. But we'll all get, like, a cheaper rate per night if we go in on it together. And their friends started traveling with them, and then they turned this into a business. The business is called Villas and Vines. David sent me a message, and he said, hey, would you be interested in going on a group trip to Italy? Because I know you're super interested in photography and all that. And I was like, that sounds like there'll be people there. Not really. And knowing me a little bit, he wrote me back and he said, well, what if you came and we let you teach photography and video and storytelling classes to the group that was there? And I was like, boom, sold. I love teaching people about photography, videography, and storytelling because I'm really passionate about that. And it just grinds my gears when I see people spend all this money to take these once-in-a-lifetime trips, and then they get back and their photos are horrible. And like, yeah, it's not about the photo. It's totally not about the photo. But let's be honest, if you're going to spend all that money, it's kind of worth it to have amazing photos. I mean, just to remember them. One of the things that is a treasure to me are the photos that I have of my grandmothers. And I just think that when you have really profound moments in your life, they're worth capturing and keeping, if not for yourself, but for future generations. The tentative dates are May 1st to 8th. It's a trip to Italy, and they're going to go all through the Amalfi Coast, which is absolutely extraordinary. And they're going to do like cooking classes and tour the museums and all this. I mean, I'm going to put a link to where to sign up if you want to, and then everything that's offered, and then like everything that you'll be doing with me. But here's the vision. So what we'll do in the morning is there'll be like a small mini session where I will teach you about how to use your camera. It's great if you have a DSLR. If you don't, it's fine. I'll show you how to take better pictures even with your iPhone. And then we will go out all day, and while we're out there, I'm gonna do some like individual lessons on taking better photos. And then if you don't have a camera at all, I will also be there to take people's travel photos and videos for them, and then I can edit them at night and send them back to you so you can post them while you're on your trip. And then in the evening, we'll kind of do another little session about taking photos, and we'll also do a night photography session. Night photos are really hard to take. You have to have a bunch of practice, but I was thinking like if we could get the stars out over the, oh my gosh. Anyway. So that's the deal. So it is a learning to take better photos, storytelling trip in Italy. And there's so much more stuff that they're doing. Now, let me tell you, you can go and travel abroad and like do the dirt cheap thing and like go to hostels and public transportation and all that, and like you will save a bunch of money. They have this priced out at $5,500 per person. And I know that people are gonna go like, oh my God, that's so expensive. Yeah, it is so expensive, but traveling abroad is not cheap. If you've ever done it, like it's not cheap. This is not the stay in hostel kind of trip. This is, travel on speedboats and travel out to the islands on like small yachts. You're getting all the photography classes. They're paying for, that includes your hotel stays, which are not hostels. They're like luxury hotels. All the transportation is already done for you. So this is the kind of trip where if you're someone who's got a super busy schedule and you don't have time to like make up the itinerary and you don't want to stand at bus stops and you want to have just like get there and enjoy, suck every single moment out of it you can and make the most of it, this is like that kind of trip, okay? You do have to pay for your airfare. That's separate because everyone's going to have a different airfare situation. But once you get there, like everything is done for you, and it includes most of your food. So this is pretty much the going rate for any pre-planned trip. And I know it's a lot of money, and some people are going to be able to make it and some people aren't, but it's a cool thing that they're doing just for this channel with a focus on photography and storytelling. So the downside is you have to put up with me from May 1st to 8th being all up in your face. But you're gonna get some amazing photos, that I promise you. And if you are not comfortable taking photos but you still want them, you will have essentially a personal photographer the whole time you're there. Am I sweating yet? Because I'm like straight up dying in this car. Anywho, it is a specific thing, like I said, to this channel. So if you are interested, they have made a web page that under that like drop down bar in the note section of this video, I will put all the information. I think we need like 6 people to go. If 6 people want to go, then we go. And if not enough people sign up, then everyone gets their money back and we don't go. Again, under the notes, check your own shit out at the store. Show Walmart some love. I'm gonna go get the new beep, beep, and not bring her home, but sign all the paperwork. And then we are getting on the road, and then the next thing we got to talk about is what the mission of this trip going out is going to be. I have 2 ideas. I could use some feedback, but before that, I could use some water because I'm like totally dehydrated. So I will talk to y'all later.